Hi, church. I'm Jennifer Alessio, and I serve as the children's pastor here at Heights Church. And I'm so glad that you joined me for today's devotional. Recently I've been thinking a lot about those times where we come to the end of ourselves and we're not sure what to do. We're not sure where to go for help, and we're just kind of lost in the emotion of it, in the stress of it. And in feeling overwhelmed. Have you ever felt that way? I have several times. Actually, recently, with a health issue, with my parenting, and to where I just felt, Lord, I'm not sure what to do. And in those times, what helps me is getting out into nature and just being reminded of His goodness, being reminded of His beauty, being reminded of the knowledge that He has when He created this world. And I'm reminded of those times of scriptures, especially this one from Proverbs 3, 19 through 20. And I'm going to read it for us. By wisdom the Lord founded the earth. By understanding He created the heavens. By His knowledge the deep fountains of the earth burst forth, and the dew settles beneath the night sky. So surely our amazing God, who created the world from nothing, we learn in Genesis that in the beginning there was God. That's it. There was just God, and there was nothing else. There wasn't the universe, there wasn't the planets, there wasn't the earth, there wasn't us. It was just God. And from nothing, by His wisdom, He founded the earth. And by His understanding, He created the heavens. And by His knowledge, the deep fountains of the earth burst forth, and the dew settles beneath the night sky. And it's in these moments when I find myself quiet with the Lord in nature, and I'm reading scriptures like this, like Proverbs 3, 19 through 20, I'm reminded that if God can create this amazing world and all the beauty and the plants and the mountains and the ocean and the sky and fruit trees. I love fruit trees, and they're amazing. If you think about cherries and how delicious and beautiful they are, how He's able to create all of those things and the animals and us out of nothing, surely He can handle my problem. So recently, I was having kind of a little bit of a health issue that threw me a big curveball. I started having heart palpitations for a month pretty regularly at night before I went to bed, and I have to admit it scared me. So I'm just going to stop you right here and let you know I'm fine. So don't worry, and I'll explain later on, but I'm fine. We got it all figured out. And so after a month of them really bothering me and being pretty intense, I prayed and I just said, God, what do you want me to do? This is scaring me, and I know I need to take care of it. And right away I heard that I needed to go to the doctor. Now I have to admit, I don't like to go to the doctor. And for a lot of reasons, I don't want to hear what he's going to tell me. I know that my dad had a massive heart attack at 53. And so I know I have to take care of my stress levels, and my heart health is really important for me. But if there's something serious going on, I had to admit to myself and to the Lord, I didn't want to hear what the doctor was wanting to tell me. And I don't think I'm alone in that, about not wanting to hear bad news. The past 2 years have been rough. There's just been one thing after another. COVID and shutdowns and having to, live at home with just our family and not go out and see people. And then all of the issues with the social unrest and political unrest, and now the war in Ukraine, and now we're dealing with inflation and all of these things. It's just one thing after another that causes so much stress in our lives, so much more than God intended us to carry. It's not any fault of ours, but it affects us. Even the best of us who are really healthy, emotionally and spiritually and socially and physically, it still takes a toll on all of us. And so for me, it was just one more thing, and I didn't want to hear, but I knew I needed to do it. And of course, the other thing too is sometimes when you go to the doctor and they don't find anything, you sort of feel like a hypochondriac, and it's embarrassing. I have to admit, I don't care for that either. So I really didn't want to go for those two reasons. But my husband confirmed I needed to go. My mom told me I needed to go. And so I said, okay, I'm going to go. And I went, and the EKG came out fine. Praise the Lord. All the blood work was great. My iron's low. Got to take my iron pills. I know that. So that's part of it. I know that part of it is having low iron can cause those heart palpitations. But the other thing is my doctor told me it's probably stress levels, and that for me to get my body to calm down and get to that state of peace and rest that it needs, I needed to cut out caffeine. Now I have to tell you, I love coffee and I love my tea. I didn't want to hear that. I didn't want to do that. And I knew what was coming. I was going to get headaches if I got off coffee, but I knew I needed to do it because my health is important. So I can tell you, I have been caffeine free. The heart palpitations are gone. And after a week of headaches around 1:30 to 2:30 p.m., I am now headache free, and I have more energy levels and feel more peaceful than I did prior when I was drinking coffee. And so I'm really thankful. I know that I am doing better because I listened to the Lord. I listened to His wisdom. He told me to go to the doctor and listen to that doctor that He had ready for me. So friends, if you find yourself overwhelmed, if you find yourself at the end of yourself, you're not alone. It happens to all of us, and it's happening to all of us more often than we would like right now. It's just what we're dealing with in the world. I encourage you to go outside and remember that if God can create this beautiful world, surely He can care for you too. And surely He has knowledge and wisdom for you. You just need to ask Him for it. And then look up scriptures that encourage you, like Proverbs 3:19 through 20. So thank you for joining me today, and I will see you next time.